Here's something that feels unlawful to say out loud. LeBron James doesn't have to be the Lakers' leading scorer to win another championship. That sentence would have had you laugh out of a bar in 2012, perhaps even in 2020. But in this odd, pressure-filled season, the Lakers' clearest road to banner 18 isn't LeBron accomplishing everything. LeBron decides when not to. Now add Luka Doncic, the most effective chaos engine in basketball. Defenders often overlook Austin Reaves until he proves himself. 3 players, 3 timelines. One franchise that only gets basketball when it's bigger than life. This is not a fantasy lineup. This is a pressure experiment. And if it works, it could be the most strategic title the Lakers have ever won. The Lakers don't win quietly. They don't win by accident. Every championship they've ever claimed had a thesis behind it. Showtime ran you off the floor. Shaq crushed the geometry of the game. Kobe broke you mentally. The 2020 team suffocated you and dared you to survive the fourth quarter. This season, the NBA is faster, wider, and more punishing than ever. Teams don't just switch everything, they hunt mismatches like bloodhounds. One weak defender, one tired star, and the possession is already over. That's the problem LeBron James has been fighting for the last 3 years. He's still dominant, still surgical, still terrifying. But the league has learned something uncomfortable. You can't beat LeBron by stopping him. You beat him by exhausting him. That's where Luka Doncic changes the physics of the room. LeBron's game has aged like a luxury watch. Fewer wasted movements, fewer ego shots. More traps were laid 3 possessions ahead. What people miss is where his dominance lives now. It's not in blowing by defenders for 40 minutes. It's in knowing exactly when the defense has blinked. With Luka handling primary creation, LeBron becomes something terrifying. The league's smartest off-ball superweapon. He slips screens instead of setting them. He seals smaller defenders without forcing the issue. He becomes the release valve that punishes every overreaction. And here's the thing defenses hate most. LeBron doesn't rush anymore. When Luka draws 2 defenders, LeBron isn't sprinting into chaos. He's walking into inevitability. Luka Doncic doesn't play basketball, he negotiates it. Every possession is a conversation, and the defense always says too much. What makes Luka lethal on the Lakers isn't just his scoring, it's the way he slows the game down in moments where most teams panic. In playoff basketball, pace isn't speed, it's ownership, and Luka owns time. He forces switches not to attack immediately, but to catalog weaknesses. He doesn't just score on mismatches, he remembers them. Now imagine that brain sharing the floor with LeBron's. You're not defending 2 stars, you're defending 2 coaches in uniform. And that changes everything in late-game basketball. Championship teams always have a guy like this. Not flashy enough to headline, not anonymous enough to ignore. Austin Reaves is friction. He's the reason the defense hesitates, the reason rotations arrive late, the reason Luka's skip pass turns into a layup instead of a contest. Reeves understands space the way veterans do. He knows when defenders are leaning, he knows when they're gambling, and most importantly, he knows when stars need relief. That matters more than points, because in the playoffs, the third option doesn't need to dominate, he needs to stabilize. And Reeves does that by never playing rushed basketball. On paper, this trio raises red flags. Luka and LeBron both need the ball, right? Defensive concerns, matchup hunting, fatigue. The West isn't forgiving. Denver doesn't blink. Oklahoma City runs you into oxygen debt. So how does this work without collapsing? By refusing to play one style for 48 minutes. The Lakers don't need a constant pace, they need a modular offense. Luka-led units slow the game, hunt efficiency, and squeeze points out of nothing. LeBron-led units punish transition mistakes and bully teams that try to downsize. Reeves bridges both worlds. This isn't about domination, it's about control. Nobody's pretending this trio wins with lockdown defense. 2 minutes left, tie game, crowd shaking. Luka brings it up, defense loads. LeBron drifts baseline. Reeves lifts from the corner. This is where championships are decided. Luka doesn't force the step back. He drags the second defender just far enough. Kick to LeBron. Defense scrambles. LeBron doesn't attack. He waits. The help comes late. Reeves cuts. That's the possession. Not because it's flashy, but because it's inevitable. 3 stars, 3 reads. One defense is guessing wrong. This isn't about overwhelming firepower. It's about minimizing waste. Every possession has a purpose. Every action has a counter. Every player knows when it's their moment and when it's not. LeBron doesn't need to prove anything. Luka doesn't need to force greatness. Reeves doesn't need permission. That's rare, and that's why it works. If this Lakers team wins a championship, it won't be remembered for dominance. It'll be remembered for intelligence, for understanding that the modern NBA isn't about who scores the most, but who thinks the fastest. LeBron James extends his career by letting the game come to him. Luka Doncic learns what it means to win without carrying everything. Austin Reaves becomes proof that feel matters as much as fame. This wouldn't be the loudest title in Lakers history, but it might be the smartest. And sometimes, the smartest teams are the ones nobody realizes they're already losing to until it's over.